Everyone, welcome to our master class on Tomer Devorah. The book Tomer Devorah is written by the Ramak, Rabbi Moshe Cordovero, who lived over here in Tzfat, born in the year 1522. He was known as the prime Kabbalist before the Advent, before the Ari actually came along. So now, the Ramak then tells us that we have the 13 attributes which are found in the Book of Micah. And in the Book of Micah, the attributes are Mi El Kamocha, and they're all written up over here. Who is a God like you, who pardons iniquity, forgives transgression for the remnant of his inheritance. And we're going to go through each and every one of them in greater depth. But I just wanted to say that there are the famous 13 attributes of mercy, which we know about in the book of Exodus, where Moses beseeches God to forgive the Jewish people after the sin of the golden calf. And so over there it says Hashem kel rachum v'chanun. And so there's the 13 attributes of Moses. So what's the difference between the 13 attributes of Moses and the 13 attributes of Micah, of Micha? And I will say that also that on Yom Kippur, where we ask God for mercy, so that time in the afternoon called the Mincha of Yom Kippur, we read the book of Jonah, book of Yonah. We see that God has mercy over everything in creation, and all beings of creation, including the huge city of Nineveh, which Yonah did not want to go and to give the prophecy of God to. But God forgave them. And at the end of that, although it's not a part of the book of Yonah, it's a part of the next book, which is called the Book of Micah, of Micha. Over there we read on Mincha of Yom Kippur, Mi El Kamocha, these 13 attributes of mercy over there. And so what is the difference between the 13 attributes of Moses, 13 attributes of Micha? So it's explained in Chassidut. The difference is that the 13 attributes of Moses are very high levels of mercy. And they're brought out, they're elicited through the greatness of Moses. And while the 13 attributes of Micha represent 13 attributes for even people that are so far away, that are so far, we could say, just involved in very lowly things, which on Yom Kippur, during that afternoon prayer service, we actually read about in the Torah reading about about the ways of Egypt, and that we should not follow the ways of Egypt. And the Egyptians used to be really involved in all types of illicit relations on all types of levels. And so even during that time, we read these 13 attributes of mercy, that God has mercy over everyone, including someone that stoops to that level. And so that's the difference between 13 attributes of Moses and 13 attributes of Micha. So now, let's jump right in to these 13 attributes. So the first one is, who is a God like you? Mi El Kamocha. And the Ramak tells us that this refers to the level of the God that he's called the God Melech Aluv. He's called the embarrassed God. He's called the God that is essentially someone is constantly insulting the king. Why is that? Because God is the creator of everything in the universe, including each and every one of us. But at the same time, we misuse the energy, the vitality which God gives to us, that He gave to us benevolently, and at the same time we go ahead and we misuse it for something else. And so God is embarrassed, so to speak, by that. Mi El Kamocha, but nevertheless, that doesn't mean that God does not still maintain us. God still has the compassion, although we misuse the gift. And so it's almost like a parent that just gives to a child, and the child now misuses that money or that kindness, and they do something that the parent did not really want at all, and it insults the parent. And so we learn from there the idea of the great compassion, and something that we could take away from is that so too we need to be compassionate, even though we could be giving and the other person may not be necessarily taking it in that much. they're taking what we're giving them, but then they're misusing it. That shouldn't take us away. That shouldn't stop us from still giving and still being benevolent to that person.